Williams into the front court. Now down 6. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. Now 4 for 9.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. Kawhi Leonard sizing up Cousins. Lets it fly from long range. Kawhi Leonard in his own world. Nobody near him. He sinks it for 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
And he connects at the line. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
When it's a tight game, those missed opportunities on the road make it tough.
It's PG for 2. Paul George. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
LeBron James wants it. Shot won't go.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times... Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. George, defended by Cousins. LeBron into the front court. They trail by 2. Blocked away!
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. New blood coming in for both sides. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
And they call it
a simple touch foul.
Los Angeles foul to number 23, LeBron James. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
To Beverly. To Davis. Kawhi Leonard pins it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Cousins to Kyle Kuzma. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
To Williams. Deep left corner. Leonard buries it.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to your stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
James. Oh, good offense beating good defense. Jay, what makes LeBron so special on the offensive end?
Well, first and foremost, look at that frame. 6'9", 265 pounds with the agilities of a guard. He can blow by you. If he dips that shoulder, there's no way. There is nobody in the NBA that can guard that man one-on-one.
James, he drills the 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Paul George. Anthony Davis. Huge block. Across the timeline comes James. Leads a bucket. For 3. And the rebound taken in by George. LeBron James snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Anthony Davis. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Can't do that.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Time for some new personnel into the game.
First foul in the final 2 minutes. Stepping in for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 20.
Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. He'll put it up at the buzzer. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end. Time expires to end the first half. The Lakers have the lead. Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume. It's James controlling the offense. James. And scores. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Has a look. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
I hear so many players talk about, oh, my skill set is your effort on the defensive end. That's something we don't talk about as much as we need to.
And he hits.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
He throws it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To George. Fires the 3. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Rocking the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. To Davis. Big finish at the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Has a chance, and he hits.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
DeMarcus Cousins. Consistent effort. He's at 50%. 6'11", 270. That's a massive man. You can make a case there's nobody like him.
There isn't anybody like him in the NBA. He is an absolute bully on the block. Can burrow his way through traffic, make it easy, and also possesses that sweet shooting touch from the outside.
James. To Davis. With a drop step. Full throttle right to the basket for the deuce.
Come on, you knew that setup was coming the whole game. But you were patient and you waited until the right moment to use it.
With a drop step. George, where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
It's James. Man, that was a tough shot.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. New personnel on the floor for Doc Rivers. James. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
And two for AD.
And I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Leonard down to Green and finishes strong. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Davis to the basket, but his shot no good. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. LeBron into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. Leonard off the mark. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Lakers have the lead. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ball game.
That's good D. Shot no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Paul George, 4-2. Deep two there, won't go. LeBron James with the rock. Fires the three. Well defended.
This always happens. You knock down a lot of shots in the first half, and in the second half, you start to lose your rhythm. You need to have legs. Shoot at the pinnacle of that jumper.
James into the front court. Up by 6. Going to launch beyond the arc. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
PG lets it fly. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter.
You're going to see the best players make in-game adjustments on the fly. The intellect of some of these superstars is off the charts. Your ability to adapt and move forward as quickly as possible in the most efficient manner will determine whether you win this game or not.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. James to Danny Green. Stuff Dumps it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Knocked loose. Lakers come up with it. Turns and slams it down.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Knocked loose. Lakers have it.
I'll take that.
Davis flushes it home.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Beverly into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. Kuzma brings the ball up court. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and the rebound taken in by George. Leonard. Now that's a contest.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
LeBron with it up top. It's an 11-point game. To Davis. James. No good. Cousins to James. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. It's LeBron. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Here's Leonard for 2. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Backcourt violation is called. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Number 22, Maurice Harkless.
Williams to Paul George. Trying to cash in. Jumper's good.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself. Defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Paul George sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Williams to Harkless for 3, and he burns them.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
To Davis. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Timeout called here by the Clippers. Barring a 4-point play, this is a 2-possession game. Let's see how they decide to attack this.
Until the end of today's game, they claim your prize at the customer service desk located near section 104.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Paul George fires, and he hits.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
It's James controlling the offense. Five to shoot for Los Angeles. From 18 feet at the buzzer, and he buries it.